Well, it's another Friday night and we're heading up for another overnight camp. We're at the Ben Lawyers Hotel and tonight we're heading up to Lochan nan at the back of Ben Lawyers. So you'll have met Brother John on the West Highland Way. This is Brother Jamie and nephew Struan, and they're coming with me tonight on tonight's adventure. We've got about a 1 kilometre walk down to where the path starts to head up the hill, and we're hoping, because the Met Office has said that there's going to be an aurora tonight, so whether we'll catch it with the GoPro I would very much doubt, because GoPros are notoriously bad for low level stuff, low light stuff, but yeah. If we can get some nighttime photography of the aurora, we'll certainly add that onto the video later on. But yeah, we're just navigating our way along this road, trying to avoid being hit by cars. Yeah, sadly the Ben Lawyers Hotel appears to be shut. Somebody was saying it hasn't been open since, was it 2012? Something like that, yeah. Something like 2012, so yeah, that's a shame. It is out in the middle of nowhere and there's not really, I'm guessing it'll be tourist traffic that it would have coming by, so yeah. Right, I need to focus and concentrate going along here because the grass verge disappears and there is cars rattling along here, so right, I'm going to put the camera down and I'll bring you back when we get off this road. Well, after you've parked at the Ben Lawyers Hotel, which does have signs that says hill walkers £5, overnight stays £10, and we're overnight staying, so it should be £10, but we spoke to a young couple who have got their camper van parked there, and apparently the hotel's been shut since like 2012 or something. It appears you can just park there free of charge at the minute, because there is nowhere to put money and no way to go into the hotel to pay. And then just head down the hill until you reach, there's a wee row of cottages at the front, and then you want to hang a left up past the farm, and it says Path the Hill painted on 2 signs, so you'll see it. And then you're off up through the woods, which is quite peaceful at the minute, nothing but bird sound. So we're going to go up through these woods and out onto the hillside. We'll bring you back a bit further up. So that's us, we're out the woods and we're now following the river all the way up to Lochan nan. Now, the reason I'm heading up here is I've only ever been up here once before. That was back, well, when would that have been? So that would have been 1988, I think it would have been. I would have been 16 at the time. So you're talking 34 years ago. I was up here on we were staying in Comrie on a school camp, and one of the groups got a chance to go and do a little adventure up into the mountains for the night. Quite a few folk were like that, oh, didn't fancy that. I myself, I'm still going with the adventuring. I was up for it, I was there. So we got the tents and the rucksacks and off we went, and we arrived at the Ben Lawyers Hotel in the minibus, I remember. And the rain started and it was pouring, and we got up into the clouds because the cloud level was really low, pitched our tents, and the rain was on all night. And I remember it was an ex-girlfriend of mine, Esther, she decided she wanted to camp her tent right next to the Lochan at the top here, and of course with the rain falling overnight and falling down off the mountainside, the Lochan filled up. So when she awoke in the morning, the water was right up to the door of her tent, and we almost had to deconstruct her tent round about her in order to get her up and out. Yeah, we're kind of chasing the sun up the hill here. The sun has already gone down, so we're not going to see the sun anymore, but we should, looking in the opposite direction, we should get a spectacular sunrise. I mentioned that the aurora was going to be on show tonight. The only time I've ever seen it in Scotland was on the other side of Loch Tay, again on a similar school camp, and our teacher who was leading us, Gavin Sunderland, shouted on us to come out and have a look at this, and it was spectacular. Just waves of green coming wafting over the Lawyer's Range, and that's the only time I've ever seen an aurora, so I've got my fingers crossed for tonight that this could be a second time. It's only taken me 34 years to see an aurora for the second time. Right, the path starts to zigzag a wee bit up here, and then we should be up into the bowl at Lochan nan. Well, I said we were going to be chasing the sun up, and you can see the sun's just touching the tops over there in the centre of the picture of Ben Vorlich on the left and An Stùc on the right. So yeah, we're not going to see any of the sunshine because we're going to be in a bowl. Not long to go and we'll be up there. I'm going to put the camera down because I'm pecking, and we'll speak to you again when we get up to where we're stuck in the tent. Well, the sun has gone down. It's now 9:15. It's taken a little bit longer to get here. You know, that way we're doing it from memory tonight. And it was piddling with rain, but we're up at the Lochans now. We just need to find ourselves some flat ground to stick the tents on. Jamie and Struan have gone off ahead a wee bit. Yeah, the moon's out, although it's a very slight slither of a moon. But yeah, the path's gotten really boggy up at the top here. It's making going kind of slow. Ugh. Well, good morning from the shores of Lochan nan. I was going to do more filming last night as we came up, but we were really on a time crunch to get up and get the tents pitched, and to be fair, by the time we got our tents pitched it was dark. I did say to you we were hoping for an aurora last night. I'm going to drop the pictures in now. So yeah, we got a wee bit of the aurora last night. It was around about midnight, so we stayed up till probably 1:45, and then that was enough for me. I had to get to my bed. But yeah, we've woken up to a beautifully calm day. The sun is shining, and the water is calm. The fish are jumping, and we've seen a couple of eagles flying across this morning. We didn't think the Lochan at the top here would have fish in it because it's so high up. I'm not sure how the fish are getting from Loch Tay up to here, but anyway. Yeah, beautifully calm morning. I seem to be hitting the jackpot with the weather. Each time I go out in my Friday night camps, that's 2 Fridays in a row now, I've been out and there's not a breath of wind. Now what I can see ahead of me, clouds of midges dancing around in the sunlight. It's to be expected, we're in Scotland after all, but what a beautiful wee spot, eh? It doesn't get much better than this. I'm going to go get myself a coffee, and in the meantime, here's some drone footage of the area we slept in last night. yeah, this is a spectacular wee camping spot, and one that I'll certainly be back up to again, I think. You've got this wee sandy beach and these perfectly flat pitches to put your tent on. If you're looking for a bit of solitude, this isn't a bad place to come. Jamie's got the rolls and sausage getting made at the minute, and we'll get breakfast before we get the tents packed up and start to make our way back down to the car. Another fabulous Friday night had in the mountains in Scotland. Well, that's us all packed up, as always. Leave no trace. Well, that has been a short overnighter at Lochan nan. It's a fabulous wee camping spot. If you get a chance, park down at the Ben Lawyers Hotel, head down the hill, hang a left, and then follow the river straight up to the top for some spectacular views for an overnight camp. All that remains for me to say is go and create your own adventures, and we'll see you on the next one.